All right, what's up, everybody? What's going on? Welcome to another episode of the Lead From Here podcast. I'm Jason. Today we're talking about finding a way. This is a topic that will kind of seem a little counterintuitive to what I usually talk about on this podcast. Usually on this podcast, I'm very focused on things like protecting your people and, balancing out the work and making sure that the pipeline is healthy but not overburdensome and you're not burning people out and all those things that are absolutely important, absolutely crucial. So I want to flip the script a little bit and also kind of talk about the reality of life and the reality of businesses. No matter how great your company is, no matter how successful you are, there comes a point in time where your company or your team needs to accomplish something that is extraordinary, that is outside the lines, that skirts the process, that pushes buttons that you wouldn't normally push. And it's up to you to understand when that time is, but it's also up to you to be there for it. Like, there's nothing worse than a leader being like, listen, I need you to stay this weekend because we got to get this done. And then they go home and spend time with their family or their girlfriend or their friends. You have absolutely failed as a leader. Look, I get it. Sometimes there's like, hey, I got a funeral, I got to deal with this, I'm sorry. There are absolutely extraordinary circumstances sometimes, but you just wanting to go home isn't one of them. So it's important for you to know that, hey, if I'm going to push my team to do this, I got to be there. Yeah, go buy pizzas. Hey, order everybody dinner or lunch or whatever. Ask them to say, make sure you're saying that this is not going to be the norm. This is very much out of the band of what we normally do. And I don't plan on this being a habit by any means. So I need you to bear with me. If we can do this, we can make a big change for the company. And that's kind of the biggest piece of that, right? The ask is the ask. It's not going to be easy. Some people will be more frustrated than others. Some people might be excited about it. But if you don't explain why you're doing it, you are absolutely going to have people burnt out, frustrated, or just telling you no. Like, if you actually lay it out like, listen, if we can close this customer on Monday, we can add X dollars to the business over the next X number of months, which will allow us to grow a team, hit our bonus, hit whatever, get people more raises, whatever it correlates to. Realistically, you can't just make stuff up. What does that actually correlates to? That will allow you to drive that situation and say, listen, I understand it's out of the band. I understand it sucks. We're here for over the weekend, or we're here super late tonight. Like, those are not ideal circumstances for anybody. But if you can take that, make it a tool of saying, listen, this is hard, but we're also at a growth point. We have to get this customer closed, because if this customer could lead to more customers like this, which could lead to more revenue, which could lead to more team size and promotions and raises and bonuses and all those great things that people want. People want to get paid. People want to get bonuses. People want to see their teams grow. Leaders want to have more teams and more responsibility. So any other time you can actually communicate that and then sit in the mud with them, because it's going to suck. That weekend's going to suck. The long night's going to suck. Whatever it is, it's going to suck. So if you're in the mud with them, say like, hey, I may not be able to help directly and write the code. Maybe you can. Maybe you're a salesperson. You can pick up the phone and make sales calls alongside them. Maybe you're whatever you're doing. Maybe you can help. But if you can't, be there. Be there and just support them. Ask them what they need. Can I get you food? Can I get you a drink? Do you need something? It all is possible in that situation. If you're really making people do things that are out of band, you have a lot of opportunity to push the envelope a little bit from an expense perspective. You have the ability to push the envelope from how can I incentivize this team? Like, maybe you throw everybody $100 Amazon gift cards. Maybe you give everybody an extra day off. Maybe you whatever. But look at the opportunities. Look at what's in front of you and what needs to get done, and then how you can execute that. You just find a way. Sometimes that is what it is. Sometimes being a leader is just figuring it out. How can I get this done? Forget the process, forget the burnout, forget all of this. How can I find a very limited window to skirt that process and get it done? It's not clean, it's not pretty, but as long as you're in the mud with them, and it doesn't happen all the time, and it's not like a consistent, like, hey, we do this once a month or every 3 weeks or whatever, you'll be fine. And everything will work out, and you'll keep on trucking. Nobody will feel burnt out. Nobody will get frustrated. Nobody will want to leave. they may actually feel energized, like, oh, we knocked that out, that's great. So it's all about how you message it. Making sure you have an understanding, a very clear understanding of what this means for the company, what the actual ask is, and then be there. That's it. Hope this was helpful. Please don't hesitate to reach out, jason@leadfromhere.co, if you ever want me to dive into anything more deeply, or if you have questions or specific situations, please reach out. If you like what you're hearing, please like, subscribe, follow, all those good things. I would greatly appreciate it. Otherwise, take care.